All right, so what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, man. It's your boy. And with the drop of 5.5 and Rogue turning into a rage monster, more people than ever have been hitting me up asking me who they should give a CTP of rage to because unless you've been sleeping under a rock, Rogue has turned into an absolute monster of a character. She always had the potential, and with this new Uncanny Avengers uniform, she finally realized that potential. So many people have been having a lot of fun with her, and they want to invest as much as they can into her. But there's always that lingering question of who's better, Captain Marvel or Rogue. Now, let me go ahead and say this from a personal standpoint, okay? I don't think you should be giving Captain Marvel a CTP of rage unless you care about Alliance Battle, right? Because ultimately, you're not going to be using her in War Boss Ultimate that much in my opinion. I think you should stick to the PvP side of the game with Captain Marvel because that is where she's most dominant. She's one of the most dominant PvP character. Any week that she's not banned, she's basically on every team because her photon combo is absolutely disgusting. She can wipe out anybody, and I mean anybody. So because of that, ever since she got this uniform, I put a CTP of destruction on the character and I never looked back until today. Just for you guys, I decided it was finally time to do it. I took a CTP of destruction off of her. I actually put a better one on her, and I was gonna keep her like that. I'm like, you know what, man, let's go ahead and just swap it to a rage. So I spent 1,200 crystals just because I wanted to do this comparison for you guys. Rogue versus Captain Marvel. Now, keep this in mind also. Because of the fact that Captain Marvel is an energy-based character, she can do every single World Boss Ultimate stage, whereas Rogue, she's a physical-based character, so she can only do a select few. So you have fewer options with Rogue, but the options that are available to you, she's definitely going to do much higher stages than Captain Marvel. So just keep that in mind. And yes, boys, we went ahead and we gave Rogue a CTP of rage because it wouldn't be fair to give Carol one and don't give Rogue one as well. So it's going to be a rage comparison, and I made sure that I touched up the build so they're looking pretty close to each other. They got rages, they got half awakened ISOs. You can see for yourself right here. Obviously, I'm going to get all their skills at 6, and my Rogue's at gear 25. Now, the big difference here is obviously Captain Marvel's at tier 3, and of course, Rogue doesn't have tier 3 just yet. And because of the tier 3 rank, you're going to notice that, yeah, she has a lot more attack stats than Rogue. A solid, like, what, 13k plus if you take a look at the HP. Whoo, that's a solid 20k plus, partner, right? But the HP doesn't even matter because at the end of the day, Rogue is still a much safer character than Captain Marvel when it comes to World Boss Ultimate. And even PvP, right? When it comes to PvP, I think Captain Marvel is a better like offensive beast. She can kill anybody, but Rogue is a better tank. So it really comes down to what you want. Ultimately, I think overall, Rogue is the better PvE option and Captain Marvel is the better PvP option, but they can do both. And that's what I want to show you guys today. Now, the build details, you can take a look here for yourself. It's pretty similar, but I have to admit Captain Marvel has a little bit better when it comes to the stats, especially when you take a look at the dodge. Dodge and crit rate is what you need to max out to get the most out of a CTP of rage, and I'm lacking a little bit of dodge with Rogue. Now, I could give her an additional ooey here on her first gear slot and her third and fourth, but I decided to just leave it open and show you guys what it looks like because I don't even know if I'm gonna keep Rogue with a CTP of rage forever just because she's good enough without even a CTP. And like I said, not everybody has, right, a CTP of rage laying around. Anyways, long intro, but let's jump into it. We're going to take her into World Boss here. We're going to put them both up against Thanos, and we're also going to do something cheeky against Corvus Glaive here. We'll talk about that in a second. So first and foremost, we're going to do stage 25, and we're going to go in with Captain Marvel. We're going to push the big guy down to like 5 bars. And the reason why we always go to 5 bars against Thanos is because once he gets down to 11 bars, defense down stops working, and that means Rogue's advantage, the major advantage that she has in this uniform, the defense down on the 5th skill, will no longer be applying in this stage. So just keep that in mind. The crazy thing is both of these guys have similar 5th skill where they buff themselves. They're basically just both going in their radiant forms or binary. Like, it's just really cool that not only their tier 2 passives like sync up, but they're also similar with their fifth skill and how they play. It's just crazy. Like copy paste, I don't know, but either way, I'm loving it. All right, let's do this. We're gonna go 5, then 3, and the 3 skill alone should be able to push. Yep, 3 skill alone should be able to push him down into his next phase. What I was gonna say, like that third skill of hers, one of the strongest third skills in the game. For real, for real. Especially when you have the. Listen, what are you doing, fam? Like this guy trying to iframe me. What's what I'm gonna do? Let's use the tier 3. And we're just gonna keep pouring on him because we can. Rogue has the defense down. She has the iframe ignore. Gotta try to balance the scales, you know. Okay, we're gonna just tag there, then tag again. Use that third skill. It's just nasty. The damage on that is just mental. The damage on her third skill and her fourth skill is way more than like anything that she has on her tier 3. It's just crazy. Like sometimes I'll definitely pass up using the tier 3 and use the third skill instead. Okay, let's go. Okay, where you going, fam? Like we're not even close to him, but we're still clapping him. Multiple skills with iframe ignore. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Okay, let's actually just leave. Go and do your stuff. Psych. Psych. Let's go. Alright, we're gonna go third skill here. And this should be a wrap for him. There you go. So, alright. Let's go. 315. Actually, probably less than that to be honest. Right? Okay. Let's see what we can do with Rogue. Rogue has the defense down for the first half of the fight, so it should be spicy. Let's go. 1:45-ish. Rogue, can you do it, sugar? Can you do it? Show it to me. Show it to them. All right. Let's see if we can beat this guy in under 1:45. Let's go. Let's use that fort. There we go. Nice. Wow, she just played out that whole skill. Wow. Nice. See, just like CM, her third and her fourth do really good damage. Also her fifth. Like, I think they're like literally like carbon copies of each other. Like her third, her fourth, and her fifth, they all do good damage, just like with CM. Because like, if you've ever faced off against Captain Marvel in PvP, you'll know what I'm talking about. Like sometimes she'll just go binary and she can just one-shot you with just her binary. Like, okay, that's annoying. This guy went into the iframe to go hide. See, with CM, you wouldn't have that problem. You could just body him while he's in there. So ultimately, iframe ignore trumps defense down, especially against Thanos. Right? I think Rogue is a much safer character for PvE content, but it looks like Rogue is definitely going to lose this one because now, right, you can't use her defense down anymore. So we'll see what her raw damage looks like for the rest of this. It's still good. See, like this guy is playing these games with me. Oh, that's good. That's still good. Okay, so we're definitely lagging behind a little bit here. Just trying to squeeze out as much damage as possible, just like I did with CM. I don't want anybody telling me I'm playing favorites, because I'm really not. I'm definitely not. And if anything, I would want Rogue to win. Right? But it's just the facts. Without the defense down and the iframe ignore, Thanos is a very annoying boss for her to face. Okay, but we can tank. You can see it. Like CM would be dead already. Definitely can't tank those with CM. Not in this lifetime. So yeah, we're a little bit behind CM. Like, okay, come on. 20 seconds, 25 seconds, give or take. Right? Yep. So 20 seconds, 25 seconds between the two. I think that's pretty good considering Rogue is still at tier 2 and Captain Marvel was at tier 3 with like well over 10k more like energy attack than her physical attack. So right here, what we're gonna do against Corvus is run a stage 50 comparison between the two of them. We're gonna give them ignore dodge, right? We're gonna give them Miguel's leadership for that 50%, and in case you're new, we're gonna give them this guy's tier 2 passive, because you can see for herself he gives 25%. Now for CM, what I'm going to do here is actually give her one striker to give her some ignore dodge. And the reason why I'm doing this is because this clown, Corvus Glaive, he actually has 20% energy defense. And I'm gonna show you guys right now what I'm talking about. So you can see like right above his name once we spawn in. I'm not gonna waste too much time. I'll show you guys right here. Right, you can see for yourself he has 20% energy defense. So because of that, I want to give her 20% more ignore dodge than I'm giving to Rogue. Let's restart this so you guys understand what I'm saying. Now I know 20% more ignore dodge doesn't equate to 20% energy defense, but I'm just trying to offset it a little bit. Okay, and I'm also going to increase the volume, like the difficulty for Rogue a little bit more than for CM. So CM, I'm going to put on 50 and see how fast he can kill this guy the first time. Now we're going to have to be really careful with CM because bleed damage is bad business, and then we have poison in here as well. We also have the purifying wind, which can take away her guard, which is her only form of protection. And this is why I said ultimately you should keep her in PvP, because hold on, Rogue is just much safer, and ultimately you'll probably have more fun playing Rogue in PvE content than you would with CM in PvE. Not saying she's a bad character. You saw she just dummy Thanos faster than Rogue, right? But it's just a matter of like, do you want to feel like you have to play a character with anti-venom every single time? No. And right now we're taking a beating from the poison, which is bad, but we're trying to do as much damage as possible. All right, and you can see like her HP is just slowly falling apart. That's one of the reasons why I never gave her rage when everybody was like, oh yo, CM rage is the best way to go. Yeah, it's the best way to go for like optimal amount of damage, but like she's really squishy when you put her under these circumstances. Whereas with Rogue, you can just tank everything and just keep on trucking, baby. Right, so it's completely up to you what you want to do. Both of them are going to be fantastic. Now, could I be like a little bit more like defensive here to like compensate for the fact that she doesn't have the greatest survivability? Absolutely, I could kite a bit more, but I want to show you guys their damage compared to each other. So that was what, 3 minutes and 28 seconds. Now let's actually let's move this up to 52 or 53, right? You know what, let's go 54, right? Just because I don't want anybody to say I'm tipping the scales more towards one character than the other. And I'm also, in addition to that, I'm gonna drop this girl, so she has 20% less ignore dodge and she's 4 stages higher. My raid level is no longer helping me also, so keep that in mind. Now I know many of you guys are not going to be 100% satisfied with the way how I'm doing this, and if you have another way that I could possibly do this, let me know in the comments. But just keep in mind that Captain Marvel is taking a massive damage reduction on this stage, and that's part of the reason why I increased the difficulty for Rogue. So just keep in mind, this is just my way of trying to keep it fair and unbiased. But ultimately, if you have another way that you'd like me to do this, you're free to hit me up and I can definitely try it out. Just make sure you do it while I still have a CTP of Rage on Captain Marvel, because it won't be here very long. I'll tell you guys that. Like, she's great with it, but I prefer to use her in PvP. I just want her to melt face there, kill all the Thanoses, kill all the Jean Greys, the other Captain Marvels, everybody else, right? Whereas Rogue, she's good for PvP, but like she's not as impactful as Captain Marvel, right? Captain Marvel can ace anybody, anytime, anywhere, right? Actually, the Silver Savage is pretty annoying still. I can't even lie. My guy Silver Surfer, he's a beast. I'm not even going front. Silver Surfer can wash CM, I would say 99.9% of the time, right? Even when I'm playing, right? Yeah, so I'm not even going front. Yo, imagine if Rogue got iframe ignore on one of those skills, bro. I think that would be enough to like if her fourth skill had iframe ignore or something, it would be enough. All right, so it looks like this was the right decision, putting her on it kind of balanced out here, and she's still ultimately safer than Captain Marvel. I can just do whatever I want with this. So it really comes down to what you want. If you're looking for a character that's gonna do very well in PvE, both of them are good options. But if you want to use them in the game mode where they do the most work, then Captain Marvel should stay in PvP and Rogue should stay in PvE. That's just my 2 cents. Ultimately, though, it's completely up to you what you want to do. Boys, we're going to wrap it up right here. Thank y'all so much for watching. Anything else you want to see with CM while I got a rage on her, hit me up ASAP. You dig? Because it's not going to be here very long. Anyways, boys, thank y'all so much for watching. I love y'all. Like always, man, if you like the video, like the video. If you dislike the video, you know what to do, man. Hit that dislike button 2 times. I said 2 times, god damn it. And if you're new here, feel free to get down there and hit that subscribe button on your way out, because this is what we do, and we do it daily. You dig?